welcome back to Chagpar MD. This week we're going to talk all about sleep. Now, last time we talked about sleep and the health consequences of not getting enough sleep and the scientific underpinnings of why that happens. This week we're going to talk about how much sleep you need and how to get it. So what do you say? Let's get started. So for anyone who missed part 1, please go back and check it out. I'm going to leave you a link in the description box below. But that's really the video where we talked about how important sleep was and all of the health consequences that result when you don't get enough sleep. Not to mention all of the science that goes behind that. This week, however, we're going to get down to business. How much sleep do we actually need? And what are some tips and tricks that can help us to get it? Now, in the last video, I referred to this quote, which I think is really important, which is that sleep is so fundamental. There's practically no element of our lives that's not improved by getting adequate sleep. And many of you will remember from the last video that we talked about all of these effects of poor sleep. So, what can we do about that? Well, how much sleep you need is really dependent on where you are in life. So if you're a newborn, you may sleep for the better part of the day, 14 to 17 hours. But for most adults, we're looking at about 7 to 9 hours sleep a night. So how can we do that? How can we improve our sleep hygiene? Well, there are a number of tips and tricks that I've listed here. Sticking to a sleep schedule, exercising, evaluating your bedroom's temperature, sleeping on a comfortable mattress, beware of alcohol and caffeine, turning off electronics. Now, if you're wondering about some tips to improve your sleep hygiene, we're going to go through the whole list today. So let's start at the top. Stick to a sleep schedule. This means going to sleep at the same time every night and getting up at the same time every day, including on the weekends. People who tend to sleep in on the weekends but then get up early on the weekdays, they throw their bodies into a rhythm that is disruptive. Your body wants to get used to a regimented routine. So try and pick a bedtime that works for you, that's going to match when you get up in the morning and will allow you to get your 7 to 9 hours sleep. And stick to that routine, even on the weekends. Exercise. I think that for almost everything that we've talked about on this channel, exercise is played in. It reduces your risk of cardiovascular disease and stroke, reduces your risk of cancer, reduces your risk of diabetes, and it improves your sleep. So we know that people who exercise daily actually get better sleep than people who don't. Even if you can get a little bit of exercise in a day, that's really helpful. Here we're really talking more about cardiovascular exercise rather than strength training, although both are important, and we have videos coming up to talk about the differences between them. Now, evaluate your bedroom's temperature, sound, and light. You want to keep your bedroom cool, noiseless, and dark so that it really is conducive for you to sleep. So what does this mean? It means making sure that your blinds are closed, that the drapes are closed, that it's quiet, that you don't have all of your electronics going off. And you want to eliminate light, especially blue light, which can be really disruptive to your sleep. You also want to think about your bedroom as a sanctuary. So just keep your bedroom for sleep rather than for eating, watching video games, etc. It really should be just for sleep and for other things that happen in a bedroom. Now, you want to sleep on a comfortable mattress and pillows, and you want to really adjust these as they wear out. It's so important because if you're sleeping on a mattress or pillows that are leaving you with a crink in your neck, or that really are lumpy and you are not getting good sleep, it's not helping you. So think about how you can really adjust this and invest in something that works for you. Now, alcohol and caffeine are really not your friends, particularly right before bed. You want to limit your alcohol and caffeine intake, particularly because they can be a stimulant that keeps you awake. You also want to reduce your fluid intake right before bed. Turn off all your electronics. I know so many of us keep our phone right by the bed. The first thing we reach for in the morning is our phone, and the last thing we put away is our phone as well. But you want to make sure that everything is turned off. There's nothing worse than just as you're falling asleep, hearing that ding of an email. Because no matter what, we oftentimes will respond to that, no matter how tired we are. You really want to think about giving yourself a good night routine, which means taking a rest from the day and a rest from your electronics. What if you can't get to sleep? Well, again, set a bedtime that enables you to get at least 7 hours of sleep. And you want to go to bed when you're sleepy. So if you don't get to sleep, you try to go to sleep at your bedtime and you can't get to sleep for 20 minutes. What should you do? Should you lie in bed, toss and turn, and try to get to sleep? Well, many experts say that the best thing to do is to get up, go for a walk, get a bit of exercise in, and then go back to sleep. Other things that you can do that are really helpful are establishing a relaxing bedtime routine, whether that's taking a warm bath or reading a book, but kind of giving your body cues that it knows that these are the things that happen right before bed. I need to really move into that routine of going to sleep. Now, it may not be so easy for all of you to get and stay asleep. So, when should you see your doctor? Well, if you've been trying to have a good sleep hygiene routine and you're still finding it difficult to get or stay asleep, and it's been several weeks, well, you should go and see your doctor. There are a number of reasons for insomnia, some of which are physiologic, that is to say, they're mediated by some physical functioning thing that your doctor can help you with. Some of it might be mental. Certainly, depression and anxiety can affect your sleep, and your doctor can help with that too. Ultimately, if you need to take sleeping medications, you should be consulting with your doctor to make sure that there's nothing else going on before you simply take a sleeping pill. If you find that your lack of sleep is interfering with your daily activities, it means you're not getting enough sleep, despite trying. So see your doctor. Now, there are some medical conditions where you absolutely need to see your doctor. If you wake up in the middle of the night gasping for air, this could be a real problem in terms of sleep apnea, and you need to see your doctor. If you have a problem with snoring, such that your snoring is waking you up in the middle of the night, again, it's caused by airway obstruction and sleep apnea. See your doctor. There are things that they can do. What if you have pain in your legs when you sleep? This again could be something that's due to poor circulation in your legs and needs to be dealt with because it has adverse health consequences that go far beyond simply not getting enough sleep. If you wake up often to urinate in the middle of the night such that it's depriving you of sleep, well, one factor is that you're not getting enough sleep, but the other factor is that that could be a sign of other things going on that adversely impact your health. So, for example, for men who may wake up frequently, have difficulty going, well, might be a sign of benign prostatic hypertrophy or even prostate cancer. Be sure to talk to your doctor about these issues. And if you're on medications that could interfere with your sleep, again, talk to your doctor about what you can do to get better sleep. So, we've talked a lot today about how much sleep you need and how to get it. Shared some tips and tricks that I hope will be helpful for you. If they have been, please like and share this video. and be sure to subscribe. It's important that you really do take care of your own health and wellness. Subscribing is free, but not taking care of your health, well, that has a big price to pay. So I hope that you will continue to stay well and healthy. Until next week, I'm Dr. Anise Chagpar.